everyone. Welcome back to Kota Stories. And this is me, Sneha. And in today's episode, we have with us Raj Subrameyer joining us from Chicago. Raj is a tech career coach, a keynote speaker, and an author of the book Skyrocket Your Career. So, hello, Raj. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It's my pleasure to be here.
It's our pleasure as well to have you here and hear more about you. So, what's your story, Raj? Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, so I grew up in the southern part of India and from Chennai. So for those viewers who are from India, know that place.
I'm from Chennai as well.
Oh, you're from Chennai as well? Yeah, I didn't know that. So I'm
Yeah.
from Chennai. So which part of Chennai are you from? Which place, area?
Chulemedu?
Yeah,
I'm
Subrameyer.
from,
Yeah.
my grandparents were from Chulemedu.
So I was in Neelangare, the ECR stretch.
Mm-hmm.
So, so, but yeah, so I'm from Chennai, so seems like we already have that in common. And yeah, I started off working in IT when I was in India, right? And just to take a step back, yeah, since a young age, I saw all my brothers, my cousins, everyone were academically super gifted. They were doing amazingly well. But then there I was, the average kid who didn't do well in academics, right? So constantly throughout my life, I've always been, or at least throughout my childhood, I was trying to emulate other overachievers around me, try to live up to their expectations. And what that ended up doing to me was, as every time rise up to a person's expectation, I ended up getting disappointed because you can never live up to people's expectations, right? Because each person is have different things they think in, and it's really hard. And because of that, I developed a fear of rejection. I had anxiety. I felt that I was not worthy. I didn't have anything to offer in terms of value. And this kind of mentality continued till my second year of my undergrad. And then I had a realization that all this while I've been doing things to please other people. But in that process, I was disappointing myself, right? And I was letting other people's opinions be my reality. So during my second year of my undergrad, that's when I decided, you know what? I know I have skills. I matter. I'm enough. I'm going to carve my own identity, find my own passion, and I'm going to strive for greatness, right? And that's when I declared power over my life. And since that second year of my undergrad, I tried various things in terms of my career in IT, right? And then in 2008, so this was till around the 2002 timeframe. And then from 2002 to 2006, I worked in India as well, studied and worked in India. And then in 2008 timeframe, I decided to come to the United States to pursue my master's in software engineering. And funny story here was, I still remember this. I came to the US on August 31st, 2008. And then a week after I came, Lehman Brothers fell. So for those of you who don't know Lehman Brothers, they were one of the biggest financial firms in the world. They were based in the US and they became bankrupt overnight. And the recession started, right? And as an immigrant, it was so hard to find jobs, just like how it is right now. And from beginning of 2009 to end of 2009, I applied for 1,293 jobs just that year, right? And I got 4 callbacks from it. And I converted 1 job out of 1,293 jobs. And that too was not a full-time job, but it was an internship. And since then, in the past 13 to 14 years, I've learned so many different strategies. I've faced so many successes and failures, and I had so many different experiences, which led me to different job positions in IT. So I started off as software developer, then software tester in development, and then I was a senior level engineer, then a lead, a manager, a developer advocate, and then finally I'm doing what I'm doing right now, which is tech career coaching, where I'm helping people specifically in the tech industry to find their dream job and become successful leaders in the industry, right? And since 2012, I've been leading teams in some shape or form, and I kept helping people in terms of their career growth and personal growth. And then people started telling me, dude, you have a knack for this. Because of you, I've found that job. Because of you, I cleared that interview. Because of you, I was able to get the bonus, the salary, the promotion. And that's when it hit me that for the past 5, 6 years, I've been seeing the same patterns. And then in 2018, I started doing tech career coaching full time. And that's how I ended up doing what I'm doing today. So pretty much I converted my life from a shy, introverted, a minimum earning tester into where I am today, who's an international keynote speaker, author, and tech career coach running my own business. So that's kind of the whole backstory of how I got to where I am today.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Raj. It's very inspiring. And you have your new book right now, and it's
Right.
doing really well in the market. People love it. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Like, did you always want to be an author, a writer, or when did that happen?
Yeah, great question. So since 2015, I always thought about writing a book, and my original book was going to be my experiences as an immigrant in a foreign land. Because just like a lot of other immigrants, I've gone through a lot of funny experiences, some serious experiences, and I wanted to use my life stories and share them to help and inspire other immigrants who come to either the United States or any foreign land for that matter. So that was the original idea. Then 2020 happened, and I started noticing that a lot of people started connecting with me via LinkedIn, and they either lost their jobs or they're looking for new jobs. They wanted help with interviews. They were in the final stage of the interview and they wanted tips for and strategies for salary negotiation. So I started doing like free coaching for different people. And then I realized that a lot of people need help like this, because this is the thing. Currently, there are over 30 million jobs which have been lost in the United States alone, and
Mm-hmm.
people feel anxious about their job security, and then they feel stuck in their career. There've been a lot of people who have been in the receiving end of the mass layoffs, and they're looking for jobs. And finally, there are people who want to grow in their career, but they are afraid to take the leap because of the fear of the unknowns. And I was in the exact same situation in 2008, as I was saying. And I know what people are going through and how they can help transform their life if they follow different strategies to find their dream job, be successful in it, and also set them miles apart from their competition, right? So I thought, you know what, I should put all my strategies in a book, and this is going to really impact people. So I started writing the book on April 27th, and I finished the majority of the book within the first 30 days, actually, the content. And
Mm-hmm.
then I had to do a lot of proofreading, and then I have worksheets, downloadable items, and I had to add all that to the book, and then finally release it mid-November. So that's the story behind the book and why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. So yeah.
Thank you for that. So, what was your writing process like? You said you wrote the book in a pretty short time, like 30 days. What was your writing process like? What was your schedule like? Did you sit full time and write the book?
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have the luxury to sit full time and write the book. If I did, then that would have been awesome. But as a lot of people are probably facing, I had to balance work and life. So I have
Mm-hmm.
a now 14-month-old son who we are taking care full time, and my wife works full time as well. So I used to take care of my kid from 9 to 5 p.m.
Mm.
for 5 months since he was born, and uh, and I used to work 4:30 in the morning till 9 a.m. and then in the evening from 6 p.m. till about 10 p.m. That's how I used to work. And I pretty much did this for the last 6-7 months because of the pandemic, right? So in terms of the writing process, yeah, I knew I wanted to push this book out as soon as possible because a lot of people needed help. So what I did was every day for 1 month, I blocked off time from 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then I wrote about 1,500 to 2,500 words every day for a period of a month. And that's how I
Mm-hmm.
pretty much completed the book. I sat during that particular time and then I just kept writing. And also, I'm part of a huge entrepreneurial group as well. So there was a writing group, a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurs who wanted to write the book. So we all teamed up, and yeah, so we wrote the book. Each person's book, we wrote it with the help of this accountability group, and that's
Okay.
how we were able to bring it out. I published a book, and then two of my entrepreneur friends also published a book, part of this group, and a lot of them are working and pushing it out right now. So that was my thought process, and that's how I actually wrote every day and was able to finish it in midst of the pandemic and
Mm-hmm.
taking care of the family and actually doing my full-time job, like one-on-one coaching, group coaching, writing, then speaking. Yeah, there's just so much stuff going on apart from just writing the book.
I can imagine. So, as a first-time author, how did you figure out the publishing and things like that? Whatever comes, everything that comes with publishing a book.
So there, whenever you want to publish a book, there are two options. One is you could self-publish it, which I did, where you write the book and then there are self-publishing companies, and you could write the book and they'll help to distribute it to different bookstores, but you have to do all the groundwork: writing, formatting, interior decoration, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have to do all the marketing and PR to ensure the book is successful, and that's what I'm doing right now. Then you have the traditional publishing process where you pitch your book to different big publications like Penguin Publications,
Mm-hmm.
Random House Publications, who are behind uh, best-selling books from Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, Bill Gates, right? So those publishing houses, you have to pitch them, and if they like the idea, then they'll say give you a contract, like a set amount of money, and for the book, and then they take control of the whole marketing, PR, and supply chain. So to start with, that's the basic understanding we need to know. So we have traditional publishing and self-publishing. For me, I wanted to push the book by myself, and yeah, I was not doing it for the money, but I really wanted to do it for the impact and the value people will get. So I went with the self-publishing route,
Mm-hmm.
and with that, I had this group of entrepreneurs writing the group along with me, and there was one writing coach who has already published books before, and she helped us to give pointers on how to come up with an outline, how do you want to self-publish, and what do you want to do, and those kind of things, right? So that really
Mm-hmm.
helped. But later it was just me trying to figure out what are the best ways, right? Because there are a lot of self-publishing companies. You have Create Space from Amazon, you have Book Baby, you have Lulu, and then you have so many other self-publishing companies right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Smash Mouth, and you have so many others, right? So you just have to choose one, and then pretty much the main thing is you have to finish writing the book, and then you can choose any of these publication companies, and they'll help to take the book and they'll give you instructions on what to do. So it's a pretty easy process once you get the book ready. But one thing to caution people who are listening or watching this is writing the book is just one aspect of book publishing. There's a whole new world of the editing process, production process, marketing, and PR, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that is so much work. So that's why, although I wrote most of the book in the first 30 days, this was when by May 27th, I pretty much finished majority of the book. But it's taken me till mid-November to release the book because there was so much stuff which I had to add to the book, and then I did the formatting, the design, the book cover, come up with a book marketing strategy, build a book website, create funnels. There's just so much work. So for anyone out there listening or watching, definitely self-publishing is a great way to get your book out there. And but always keep in mind that it's a lot of work, but once the book is out, that feeling is so different, right? Because you 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 may not be anymore on this earth, but your book is still going to live on forever. It's going to outlive you. That's the amazing feeling. And but yeah, so that's the process in terms of the self-publishing. You just have to write, choose a self-publishing company, go with it, because they have their own set of instructions of what to do and what not to do.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for sharing that, Raj. This is great information. Now, since we've talked about all of this, I'd like to know, where can people go and buy your book? And where can they, is there a mailing list that they can be a part of to get more information from you and things like that?
So all the information about the book is on the book website. It's called skyrocketyourcareerbook.com. And just to let people know, so the full title of the book is called Skyrocket Your Career, the No Bullshit Approach to Find Your Dream Job, Be Successful in It, and Transform into a Rock Star, right? So that's the entire title. And you'll find all the information about the book in skyrocketyourcareerbook.com. And there, you'll find a video of me explaining the different chapters of the book. And then you can download a free chapter of the book as well, so to get a feel for the book before you buy it. And I also have free workshop videos. And of course, I have merchandises, which I designed by myself. In fact, this one is designed by me. It's basically one inspirational quotes I use while coaching, while speaking. I put them on t-shirts and different merchandises. So you'll find that as well. And you'll find testimonials of the book. But yeah, that's where you are going to find all the information about the book. It's available worldwide on Amazon and or any book publishing company or book companies you're used to. So that's where you're going to find the book. And one thing I wanted to mention was related to the book, which I kind of didn't cover, was, so what are the different things you can expect when you read the book, right? Probably you were going to ask me that question anyways, in terms of what are the different things the book covers. Then why should people buy my book compared to other books, right? So there are a lot of things people think about, especially when they decide to buy a book. So I could probably cover those two aspects if that's cool with you.
Sure thing. Yeah, go ahead.
So in terms of the structure of the book, so the book is divided into like 6 main chapters. So first is how to identify what your dream careers are. So what are the different strategies to do that, right? And how to upgrade, how to find, what are the different strategies to find your dream job. So that is the first thing. And then in the first part, you'll also find different salary negotiation techniques and then different strategies to ace interviews. So I talk about that. So that's kind of the first section. And then once you clear that, so now you got a job, but how do you be successful in it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we talk about different strategies to be successful in your job. And then we move on to how to be a rock star at your job. Because anyone can be, for example, a software tester, but what makes you a better software tester than another person? So that's what we talk about in that section, where different strategies to set yourself miles apart from the competition. And then finally, we talk about how to exponentially boost your productivity and growth. So say you've done everything, you have established credibility, you're a rock star, but now what? How do you set yourself for success in the future? So that's where I talk about art of delegation. I talk about deep work, and then I talk about advanced LinkedIn strategies, morning routines, evening routines, and so on and so forth. We can cover strategies in a bit, but that's kind of the whole sections of the book, right? So it takes a person from a journey of finding their dream career to the end, where how to successfully maintain that momentum of growth. So from end to end, you get help from my book. That's one thing I wanted to mention. The second thing was, what makes my book different from other people's book? So this is the thing. For people who know me, they know that I read about 25 to 30 books a year. I listen to about 200 podcasts a year because I'm a motivational junkie. So that's what I do. But one thing which I found in majority of these books is they either explain what are the different strategies, or they explain different experiences, but they don't talk about how the experiences weave into these strategies. So there's this huge gap in between the two. And that's what my book is going to help to fill, where I give actionable. I first describe the experiences and the problems I was facing. And then I talk about the strategies which helps anyone get out of similar kind of situations, right? So you have experiences and strategies which weaves together. And I think that's what it's going to really hit home for people who read the book. And yeah, and a good thing is also the book is only 99 pages, because personally for me, I really do not have time to read like 400-page books, and like it's a pandemic and we have so much things to do in life. So this 99-page book will literally give you the strategies right there without any fluff, and you can implement that in your real job right now and help you grow. So that's kind of the overall idea about the book, where you can find it and what I cover. So
Thank you, Raj. I think this was a great explanation of what the book is about for our viewers to understand, what they'll get out of the book. This was great. So, Raj, as a career coach, what are some tips that you'd give to our viewers to level up in their careers in 2021?
yeah, that's a great question, and I think everyone needs to start thinking about it. The answer is actually pretty simple: building your personal brand. Period. That's what is going to set you up for success, not only in 2021, but in general, any year, any job. You need to build your personal brand. So let me give you an example, some context for you to understand this, right? For the people who are watching and listening. Say you have your favorite conditioner which you use. You've been using the same conditioner for 10 years. You keep buying the conditioner again and again. That brand of conditioner. The reason you're doing that is, it's not just because of just one reason you're buying it, right? It's not just because of the fragrance. It's not just because of the packaging. It's not just because of the pricing. It's not just because of the color. It's not just because of the durability, but it's all these facets of that particular conditioner, which makes you keep buying it for over 10 years, because that's what the brand is about. And our careers are the exact same way. It's not just that you're a good software tester. It's not just that you're a speaker. It's not just that you're doing writing, but it's all these facets of you which makes and helps to build your personal brand. And that's what is so important to do, especially right now, because the odds are for every job you're applying for, there are thousands of other people applying for the exact same job. So what is going to make you stand out from other people? What is going to make you be recognized compared to other people? That's where the personal branding comes into picture. It's so important. And in terms of how you can build your personal brand, so here are some quick 3-4 strategies which you can implement right now, and probably that's something you want to think about it in 2021 as well. First things first, you need to have a LinkedIn profile. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, pause this podcast right now, go create a LinkedIn profile and come back and listen, because I cannot stress how important it is to have a LinkedIn profile. Because this is the thing, all the information you put on LinkedIn is SEO information. So what do I mean by that? So when recruiters and companies are looking for candidates, say for example, a software development engineer in test jobs, what they do is they actually search using different keywords using the software. And what the software does is it scans through Google, LinkedIn, and other different social media channels and tries to get the candidate. So for those people who put actual keywords in their LinkedIn profile related to software development engineers, like programming, collaboration, framework, Selenium, Scrum, Agile. You have to use those keywords on LinkedIn, because when a recruiter uses the software and searches for candidates, then your profile is going to be picked up from LinkedIn. So that's why every information you put on LinkedIn is so important, and you need to make sure you use the right keywords for the job you want. That's first thing. Second thing is, Google indexes everything. So what do I mean by that? So say a person searches for people looking for estate jobs. Then if you had used the words like estate, Python, programming, then you get picked up by Google and you'll be displayed in the first 10 to 15 results. So that's why LinkedIn is really, really important. Go make sure you update all the sections of LinkedIn with different keywords and based on your experience, and make it in such a way that it's good enough for the job you want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what matters. First thing is LinkedIn, and of course there's a lot of advanced LinkedIn strategies which I go in detail in the book as well. But yeah, to start with, this will be a good basic first step. The second thing is you need to grow your network. Just by using LinkedIn, my last 4 jobs was pretty much from LinkedIn, and it's been 9 years since I actually submitted a resume. That is the power of growing your network using LinkedIn, or you could use channels like conferences and meetup events as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's why growing your network is so important. And here is a strategy people can use right now to grow their network, right? So apart from LinkedIn, where you can comment on people's posts, then you can connect with people who are doing similar kind of job, or who are doing this, your dream job.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from just connecting with them and doing stuff in LinkedIn, what you can do right now is go to meetup events and conferences. And let's take meetup events, for example. There you can see a list of attendees who are attending the meetup events. What you are going to do is literally take the name of the attendee and plug it on LinkedIn, and then you're going to get their whole bio. And then you can see whether that's the person you want to connect with, who is working in your dream job or who could help you get the dream job. So that's the way you start growing your network right now. Take the attendee list from meetups, plug it on LinkedIn, and you're going to get their whole bio. No information is secret right now, which is unfortunate, but you could use that to your advantage, right? In terms of connecting with people, right? That is the second thing. Third thing is you have to do continuous learning. So remember, we were just talking about the odds are about thousands of people are applying for the same job right
Mm-hmm.
now. And what is going to make you stand out from the crowd? That's where continuous learning helps, where you're going to take extra courses related to the ideal job you want. Right now, you have LinkedIn, you have Udemy, you have Coursera, you have Code Academy, Khan Academy. You can take so many different courses, and you can add that in your LinkedIn profile as well. So what happens is when recruiters say, see 2 software testers, if one software tester has taken all these courses like leadership courses, programming courses, but the other software tester hasn't done any of these courses,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to stand out. The first person is going to stand out to the recruiter, and he or she is going to be more likely to get a call compared to the second person I was talking about, right? So use this opportunity to continuously learn, and then take courses. And finally, I would say, don't be afraid to invest in yourself, and whatever that may look like for you. If you want to take, say, an online 6-month online course, which is going to help you learn about leadership, go take it, right? Because say you spend $3,000 doing that. Yeah, I know it's a lot of money during these times, but also think about the ROI, the return of investment. The $3,000 you put in is going to get you $10,000 more in salary when you actually get a new job. So you
Mm-hmm.
need to start thinking about the big picture here. The reason I say this is a lot of people are scared to invest money, but only when you invest money in yourself to grow, you can also get the return of investment. You can take courses, you can hire coaches, right? I work with a lot of people, and then you could take a graduate program or whatever that may look like for you. So
Mm-hmm.
off the bat, here, these are 4 things you can do to build your personal brand. And I think that's the single most important thing people can do right now to stand out from the crowd and then establish credibility and make jobs come to them rather than they looking for jobs. So
These are amazing tips, Raj. Thank you so much for sharing. So, at what point can someone, decide that they need to go to a career coach to help them level up in their careers? Like, what are some instances where you feel like, okay, this is a good time for you to go to a career coach?
so this is what I would tell people. Just like say you're a software tester and then you have to research automation tools. So what are you going to do? You're going to study about those automation tools, do a proof of concept, see what value. First thing is you have to figure out what problem you're trying to solve, right? You start
Mm-hmm.
from there. Second thing is you start evaluating different tools in terms of, okay, what is going to help me solve the problem? Then you list out the pros and cons. Then you read resources and articles about the tool, and then finally you pick a tool. The exact same thing comes into picture when you do career coaching or when you want to work with a career coach, right? You have to figure out what problem you're trying to solve,
Mm-hmm.
what resources you've tried which hasn't worked, and then start using LinkedIn and start following people in terms of what content they're sharing, how are they impacting the community. Like for example, if you go to my LinkedIn profile and if you follow me, you can see you'll automatically get updated about different videos I post, different content
Mm-hmm.
I post, right? Everything is related to career advancement, leadership, and I've been in the industry for over 15 years. I've been there, done that, right? So I'm specifically a tech career coach, not a life coach, not a business coach, but a tech career coach because it
Mm-hmm.
specifically help only people in the tech industry or who want to get into the tech industry.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to find people who have their niche, who actually are inspiring you, impacting you, and then just get on a call. Because when you get on a call, then you can see whether you can connect with the person. So if people uh, call me, who talk to me, then I always have video calls because I like to see the person's
Mm-hmm.
expression, what they're going through, and their story, what they're struggling with. And then once you have a connection, then we can decide what we want to do. And you have to
Mm-hmm.
be ready to invest in yourself. And that's what I was saying. It doesn't have to be just on like career coaching. It could be taking a course. It could be whatever you do, but you have to be ready to invest because only when you put in the money, then you can also get return of investment as well. So you have to think about the
Mm-hmm.
bigger picture. So that would be my advice for anyone who wants to say work with me or any coach, life coach, business coach, or whatever coach it may be.
Mm-hmm.
You do the research, see whether you can connect with them, and then start a conversation and be ready to invest in yourself. So that's what is going to help. And also remember, uh, everyone has a coach or a mentor. We just call ourselves by different names. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, you name it, everyone has a coach. It could be a mentor, it could be a hired coach, it could be a trusted friend who has gone through the same journey, but it all boils down to someone who has gone through the exact same journey as you're going through and has succeeded and could give you the golden nuggets of what to do and what not to do instead of you having to go through everything by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's all about. And that's where career coaches can help. For example, me, I've seen so many different things in the industry in the past 15 years. And I've had so many different struggles and wins as well. So when people come to me and say they're having this problem, I've already faced that problem before. So I can literally tell them the golden nuggets of, okay, these are the things you could do in this kind of situation, and then they can implement it immediately. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the difference, and that's the kind of support they could get if they work with me or work with any career coach. So.
Okay. Thank you for that, Raj. This is great. So, what's next for you, Raj? When do you are you planning on writing a next book, or what topic is that going to be on?
So currently, I'm just focusing on this current book because I want to, my goal, my dream is to have this book reach as many people as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, I have to do marketing, I have to do PR, I have to let people know about my book through podcasts like yours because I really believe it's going to transform people's lives. And I know of people who already read the book and who actually got a job and people have used some strategies I actually described who were able to crack interviews. When you hear stories like that, I can see how impactful this book could be. So my current focus is in making the book reach as many people as possible. But
Mhm.
that being said, in terms of 2021, I'm planning to convert the book into an online course to be more focused in different sections. For example, I'll have a course on salary negotiation because there's so many things you could do to increase your salary. And personally, I have exponentially increased my salary by over 150% in the past 10 years. And the kicker here is I'm an average guy. If I can do it, so can anyone else, right? So I literally mention those strategies and describe them in the book. But in terms of the courses, I'll have different components like salary negotiation, interview strategies, how to build credibility. And so I'm thinking about different modules. So that is something which is coming up. Then I'm starting a new group coaching program mid-January.
Okay.
I so a lot of people struggle with goal setting because they have all these 200 things they want to do. But the problem is they say, you know what, my New Year resolution is going to be do all these 15, 20 things. But by February first week, they fall off the bandwagon. They're not able to focus on their New Year resolutions. And it's a repetitive cycle every freaking year. For me personally, in the past 4 years, I've accomplished about 90% of my goals, right? So for example, in 2020 alone, and I'm saying this not to gloat on my laurels, but I'm saying this because I'm an average guy, but I have strategies and techniques in place. So in 2020 alone, I've spoken at 25 conferences. I've been on 34 podcasts. I've had 5 external publications. I published my own book. I co-authored another book on AI and testing. And then I do consulting. Then I write for different companies. And then I also speak at various private events, right? And then I do one-on-one coaching. Then I've done 3 group coaching programs while
Mhm.
taking care of my kid full time. So how was I able to do this? That's because I make I have a whole strategy where you make your goals visible, you identify different tasks to accomplish those goals, and then you map those tasks into your Google Calendar and then come up with a 30, 60, 90-day plan and then achieve them
Mhm.
gradually. So I've done this, and when I did workshops, a lot of people found it so impactful. So in mid-January, I'm going to have a small group of people. We're going to identify goals together, and then we're going to have weekly calls where I teach you how to map goals, tasks, and accomplish them. We're going to have a
Mhm.
private Facebook group where uh, each other each one of us are going to share our struggles openly, and it's going to be a
Mhm.
close-knit community of leaders and managers and senior level people, and each one trying to accomplish their goals. So that is something I'm working on mid-January, and that is going to be super impactful. So if people are interested in that, they could always reach out to me. But the
Mhm.
point is, that's what I'm currently working on. In
Okay.
terms of the second book, there is going to be a second book. It'll be the memoir, my memoir, that is my experiences being an immigrant in a foreign land. But
Mhm.
I can see that probably in another couple of years, I'll be writing that as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the overall idea. And I also want to do an audiobook for this book, which is out there. That'll be awesome. And the audiobook from me with
Mhm.
my accent. And I want to do an audiobook. So that is something I want to work on as well. So that's pretty much what I see happening next in terms of the online course, the group coaching program.
Mhm.
And I'm super excited about it.
All of this sounds very exciting, Raj, and good luck to you. I hope all that happens and sending you positive vibes. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being a part of this show, and I'm sure our viewers would have enjoyed this and got a lot of motivation from you. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share and subscribe to this channel because it really helps us grow. And thank you so much, Raj, for joining us. Would you like to say anything as final words to our audience?
My final words would be actually 2 things. One is it all boils down to your mindset. When you shift your mindset, then great things happen. Because that's what I tell people. If you feel that you're worth only $50,000, then the way you react, the way you act, the way you show up, the way you do things is going to reflect a person who earns $50,000. But if you feel you're worth $200,000, then the way you react, you show up, what you bring to the table, the way you think is going to reflect a person who's earning $200,000. So change first starts with a mindset shift. So you may be struggling with a lot of things. You may have gone through layoffs and some unfortunate events, but look at 2021 as a new phase, a new chapter in life, and shift your mindset where change is possible. Because if I can change and if I can do things, then I believe anyone can do it, because again, I'm not the smartest of the lot, but I show up every day consistently with a positive mindset. So that's what I would say. And of course, even outside the podcast, if you want to connect with me, I'm super active on LinkedIn. So make sure you follow me, you message me, and I would love to help people with their careers and whatever help they want. So yeah.
That was a beautiful thought. Thank you for sharing that, Raj.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you. Let me stop the recording.